When we saw the need of giving back to society, one of the first areas that we wanted to work in was education. We started off the foundation with the name of Montessori itself, called Sri Montessori Education and Rural Development Trust. Thereon, we renamed it as Paranjyothi Foundation. Paranjyothi is the name for Montessori. He is a saint from between the 15th and the 16th century, the one who brought light to the darker areas. He achieved that through ensuring that there is no form of inequality. So these were the very basic principles which I think humanity should be guided with. So when we speak about $1 trillion economy and strengthening our country to make it a global superpower, we see that a lot of impetus is given to urban centers. From our end, it's a very small endeavor. I mean, we've started this effort where we want to ensure that there is a holistic development takes place in these rural settings. And the first step is with education.
Initially, there was a lot of resistance from the teachers, from the parents. Even the government school didn't think this can work. They were all out to prove that it's wrong.
But today they are very happy and they see that the children who have come out from our preschool and who get into grade 1 and who move on up further stood on a completely different pedestal as compared to children who didn't get this kind of early learning.
One of the villagers actually donated a house. So that's the house that we have turned into our preschool, and we're still running it.
Now it's dark, the light goes on.
So when I saw that, a basic need of a child when they are learning their letters, they were not even learning, they were just a rote memory. So that's how when I decided that I need to do something for them.
Hi everyone.
So what we do is, we don't start with teaching them by alphabets or numbers. We start with a lot of tactile base of activities.
Such as Play-Doh, sandpit, puzzles, and building with blocks, sorting, pounding, pouring, threading with the beads, sand tracing, atta tracing, etc.
Which develops their motor skills, and that's all done with a Montessori based learning. And only then we do with a Jolly Phonics, which is a UK based learning program.
Phonics method is a technique to teach children the relationship between the letters and the sounds. It's like a coding. When knowing all the sounds, sounds of the letter, children can easily decode the words as they read. And it also improves the accuracy of child's reading, and it improves the vocabulary and the language development.
We started making our own things. We used to create our own sandpaper, even doing the letters, the pictures, and then the letter, and pasting it. Teachers were helping me doing all these things. We created our own because we were running short of the funds also. And we have a library, our own. We have 100 books now, where we started only with 10 books. We have in our timetable where children just freely go to the library and they just sit there. They are taught how to just sit over there and take a book and just go through it. We have completely a different art section, not only the drawing but the art where we teach the technique of holding the brush to different shades, to using the charcoal, to doing different artists.
They were like, how is this going to work? I want my child to learn A, B, C, D and not start off randomly at this is not going to work. But when I did our first show and tell, and I was trying to explain to the parents as to what this curriculum is all about, and I drew the sound S. From the back, one of my kids, just out of the crowd, said "S," and I was like, see, this is the difference I'm making. You know, you don't have to say anything. The child, the minute they see this shape, they know the sound that it makes is S. So this is how they will learn, and it really worked. It did wonders to the children.
It's a fun method to teach children, and it has 42 letter sounds which are divided in 7 sets, and each sound has it is associated with an action and with the piggy bank sounds. So children can easily learn and also they can enjoy while learning.
Today, you speak to the same teachers, not only them implementing it in their own homes, there are teachers from other schools coming in to see how we do what we do.
Big challenge for me was training teachers, because I had to completely undo what they were doing and redo again of doing the international way of teaching. So, but hats off to them. I have a wonderful team who really willingly came forward and learned and still learning. And every day we are learning.
I couldn't directly take the curriculum from here and take it there. So we had to integrate it and get a curriculum of its own to support the rural education system. So that's what we did.
Before, when we came, except good morning and thank you, they poor thing, they didn't know. Even here in K2 when you go, at least they're able to. Takes time, definitely, because that's not their mother tongue. Even sending and telling them to do homework is so difficult because there's nobody to teach them. So it's all, I guess, I should say that my hard works or my teacher who are really working so hard with them.
Our children who have passed out of our own Namma Halli Shaale are currently in grade 2 of the government school. We've already started blending our curriculum with the government school curriculum in these years of grade 1, 2 and 3. In fact, have our own teachers who've taught UKG for them to go into grade 1 and transition those children from our format slowly into the government school format.
For them, it's not a pressure because the government syllabus is way behind what my children are doing here. So what I feel is till grade 3 when they're around 10 and 11, the base is solid. So it's very easy for them to remember and they don't forget after that, and then they are on their own after grade 4.
Namma Halli Shaale ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಅನಿಸ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೌದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಇವರೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿ ಕೆ ಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ ಕೆ ಜಿ ಯು ಕೆ ಜಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಿ ಕೆ ಜಿಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ನ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ ಕೆ ಜಿ ಯು ಕೆ ಜಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಠದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರು ಬಿಸಿ ಊಟನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಠದ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
My children were in grade school here, an international school in Bangalore. I was always fascinated by their way of teaching English to the children. I was like, why can't I try this out with the rural setup? Then soon realized that we need to step into the early years learning program, which is the preschool space, because that is something that's lacking in the rural education system. So that was the birth of Namma Halli Shaale.
We feel we've made a little bit of a difference into someone's life, and we go back home a lot happier once we come here.
Namma Halli Shaale ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೇ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಫೋರ್ಡಬಲ್ ಫೀಸು, ಬಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗು. ಎರಡು ಸಿಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಬಿಸಿಲ ಜಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕಡಲ ನೀರು ಆವಿಯಾಯಿತು.
Rachas and I always wanted to support government schools, but we didn't know where to start or how to go about it.
I was introduced to Kunan Koppal and I was inspired by the story I learnt. The original school was a very small building in the middle of the village. Since it didn't have sufficient space, one of the villagers decided to donate the land. And at that time, the villagers got together. They did hard labor and constructed that building. That somewhere gave me a idea that yes, there is a good chance where we can partner with the existing setup of government schools and try and improve the condition there.
ಈ ಶಾಲೆ LPS ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಕೇವಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 36 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿತ್ತು. ಆ ನಂತರ ಹಲವಾರು ಗ್ರಾಮಸ್ಥರು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು.
ಆವಾಗ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದರು. 12 ವರ್ಷದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಈ ಗಾರ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ತುಂಬ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಾಮದವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಮೊದಲು ಇದ್ದಂಥವರು ಇಬ್ಬರು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿದ್ದರು. ಅವರು ಮಿಕ್ಕವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಇವರು ಒದಗಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರೇ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲ ಗ್ರಾಮದವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಕಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಿದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ವ್ಯಾನ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 237 ಆಯಿತು.
ಇಡೀ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ LKG ಮತ್ತು UKG ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೂನುಕೊಪ್ಪಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರ ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದಲೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪೋಕನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರ ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಕೊಠಡಿಗಳನ್ನು ಇವರೇ ಸ್ವಂತ ಹಣದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
I initially supported Konankoppal Government School, and when I came back to Honnayakanahalli, so I offered them the idea of adopting their government school and helping out. They all readily agreed, and we quickly did the paperwork.
Initially, only thought of providing them with stationery and teachers if required. But the day the news spread saying Varchas is going to be adopting that school, 60 kids who wanted to join that year. And that's when we woke up, we'll have to get involved more into this.
2016 ಮತ್ತು 17ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ದತ್ತುವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ 3 ಜನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಹಾಯಾರವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಊಟದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಕೊರತೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮೇಲ್ಛಾವಣಿಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಕಾರಂಜಿ ಮಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದವರ ನೆನಪಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಂಟೇಸ್ವಾಮಿ ರಂಗಮಂದಿರ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ರಂಗಮಂದಿರವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶಾಲಾ ಆಟದ ಮೈದಾನವಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಫೀಲ್ಡನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯ ಏನು, ಅದರ ಕಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲೆ ಅದೇ ಅಂತ ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಸ್ವಂತ ಖರ್ಚದಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳುಗಳಿಗೆ ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ.
Also, we believe in holistic development of a child. We've provided them with science lab, library, audio-visual room. All of this is in place, which is jointly used by our children at Namma Halli Shaale as well as the government school.
ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳುಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಗಣನೀಯವಾಗಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಾಲೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಆ ಪಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸೇರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು LKG UKGನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಕೊರತೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರನ್ನ ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ನ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಒಂದು ಕೊರತೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರ ಒಂದು ಸಹಕಾರದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಉಚಿತವಾದಂಥ ಪಠ್ಯಪುಸ್ತಕ ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಹ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
We've had great support from the villagers. I think that's one of the reasons why it's been a success even for us.
We are working with a very small village right now, and I want the same method going around the village.
The thought behind this entire initiative was that why can't these children be provided with the facilities and the opportunities that our children get here? And that could completely change the future of the rural India. That's why I never compromised, especially on the quality of education.
We have a long journey ahead. We definitely want to get this model going in different places, and we want to partner with like-minded people and ensure that finances and money shouldn't come in the way of qualitative education. It's not only the duty of the government to provide education, but I feel it's a responsibility of us as citizens to do our bit and ensure that there's no child who goes without being given an equal opportunity.